Hello students. So today we are going to start with the new topic in this of chapter 7, which is the using functions from the functions library. So up till now we have studied we were studying the different functions in the AutoSum. Okay, we have studied different functions uh, like sum. Okay, like average function we have studied the sum function under AutoSum. We have studied about the average function under AutoSum and the max, min and count functions. Okay, now what we are going to study, we are going to study how we can use the functions from the function library. Okay, so apart from using the various functions available under the AutoSum button, we can also use many other predefined functions from the formulas tab. See, formulas tab is shown over here. It contains various functions which you can use. Okay, various many other predefined functions are given over here. Like AutoSum is also, AutoSum is a specific, is only a single type of predefined function. Like AutoSum, there are many other also different types of predefined functions which are available in the formulas tab. Okay, see here in the figure 2.24, you can see that many functions are given here, like financial, logical, text, date and time, lookup and reference, math and trigonometry, and many more functions and similar functions are given over here in the formulas tab. Okay, a function is a, what is a function? Definition of a function: a function is a predefined formula that performs calculations using specific values called as arguments. So what happens? A function is a predefined formula. Up till now we have studied formulas. So function is what? Function is only a type of predefined formula. Predefined means which has defined earlier, which has been defined earlier, so we don't have to define it again. Okay, it is a predefined formula that performs calculations using specific values called as arguments in a particular order. Okay, so these predefined functions are divided into different types like financial, logical, text, lookup and reference, math and trigonometry, etc. So these are the different types of predefined functions here. So what we can do, we can either access the predefined functions from the function library group under the formulas tab. Okay, we can either access them under the function library group under the formulas tab. If you see the functions library group, which is shown in figure 2.24, if you see this figure, what is there? The functions library group is given over here. Okay, here different groups of functions are there in the formula tab. You can access here, access the functions from here also. Okay, or what you can do, you can directly write them in the cells. Directly by writing their name in the cells, we can directly access them also. So it is not necessary to access them from this tab only. Okay, we can also, if you know the functions, if you don't know the name function of the name, functions name, then you can search the functions in the different by searching in the different options available in the formula tab. So the formula tab enables you to search for any function if you don't know the name of the exact function. Okay, but if you know the name of the exact function that which you want to use, then you can also access that function by directly writing the name, typing its name in the cell. Okay, these are the two ways in which you can access any predefined function. So we now will discuss some of the functions among these categories. Okay, so now we'll see how we can insert the formula by directly typing into the cells. Okay, what we are doing, we are directly typing into the cells, and here you can see just by typing you can insert the formula. Okay, like for example, here first of all we are learning about the GCD and the LCM functions. Okay, here we are going to learn, we are in the math class, all of you know what is the GCD. GCD stands for the greatest common divisor. Okay, GCD function is used, or other name for it is HCF, highest common factor. Okay, both are the same. So they are used to find the greatest common divisor for or highest common factor between a set of numbers. So here also, if we are, see here what we can do, if we have a set of numbers which are stored in different cells in our Excel sheet, if our Excel sheet is storing different numbers in different cells, then what we can do, we can use this set of numbers to find the we can use the GCD to find GCD function for finding the HCF or GCD of these set of numbers in the Excel sheet. Okay, how we can do that? For example, here we are having the set of numbers in the from the cells A1 to A4. A1 to A4 are having 4 numbers in the cell as shown in this figure. Okay, so first of all, what you will do, select cell A5 where the GCD is to be stored. So here we want to store the GCD. Our result cell is the A5 cell. A5 cell is the result cell where we want to store the GCD. So second step is in cell A5, type a equal to sign. Why equal to sign? Because we know every formula starts with a equal to sign. So first of all, type an equal to sign, and then start typing the word GCD after that. Then start typing the word GCD after that. Okay, by typing the word GCD, what you will do, you will get a drop down list will appear. As soon as you type the letters GCD, a drop down list will appear which will show you the available functions starting with G. Okay, as soon as you type G and you are about to type C, before you have typed C, just you type G after equal to sign, and you will see that a list of functions will automatically appear. Okay, all those functions will start with G, their suggestions will come. Okay, the Excel will suggest to you that these are the functions whose name starts with G. If you want to use any function starting with G, you can select from this list. Okay, so you can after that, after the list is displayed, now what you have to do, you have to simply select the function GCD from the list. Okay, now what will happen? Double click on the function name GCD from the list. How will you select the from the list? You have to double click on the function name GCD. First you will find GCD, then go to GCD in the list and double click on that. Okay, and it will appear in the cell A5. When you double click, it will appear in the cell A5. You don't have to write the full function itself, just type G, the list will appear, then select GCD, double click on that, and GCD will be automatically entered in the cell. Now select the range of cells A1 to A4. Now after you have typed after GCD has been entered, typed in the cell automatically, then you have to select the range of cells A1 to A4, because this is the range for whom we want to find the GCD. So first of all, you have to select the range of cells. The range will appear after the GCD function as shown in figure. See, like we had the GCD had appeared after selection. After double clicking, GCD had appeared in the cell. In a similar manner, what will happen? This A1 to A4 will also appear in the cell after GCD function. Like it is shown here. What you will do after you have selected A1 to A4, what will happen? See in figure 2.27 here, automatically this cell range A1 to A4 has been, as soon as you select this range, in the second figure you can see in figure 2.27, or as soon as you select this range, cell range A1 to A4, this selected range will automatically entered in the cell A5 after GCD. After GCD, what will happen? Within the parenthesis bracket, this cell range A1 to A4 will automatically appear within the cell. Okay. Now you have to finish the formula. Next, what you have to finish the formula by typing the closing bracket. Then in the third figure, you can see that after the list has appeared, then you have to close the formula, finish the formula by typing the closing bracket here. Okay, which is the closing parenthesis. Okay, then now your formula is complete. Well, the function which you wanted to use, now your formula is complete with the function. You now what is the last step? You have to just press enter key. After, how you can apply this formula? By pressing the enter key. So after you press the enter key, this function has now been applied. Okay, now you can see after pressing enter key, the required GCD will be shown in the figure as shown in figure A5 in figure 2.29. In this figure 2.29, you can see that in the cell A5, as soon as you press enter key after entering the formula, after applying the closing bracket, as soon as you press the enter key, this GCD has been calculated and it has been shown in the cell A5 here. Okay, so this was the way, this was a stepwise procedure using which you can directly access the GCD function by typing it in the cell. Okay, now we will stop this video here only. In the next video we will start with the LCM function. Thank you.